Hi, I'm Maurice Patton here with Chip Cirillo, the high school sports team here at the Tennessean. Thanks y'all for joining us for another Game Time webcast as we head into Week 5 of the high school football season. Want to remind you as you're out at your games on Friday night to take us with you and let us know what you've got going on wherever you are. Hashtag TN Game Time from your Twitter or from your Instagram accounts. Shoot us your tweets, shoot us your pictures of what you're seeing, where you're at, and check us out on your mobile devices at Tennessean.com/gametime. We'll be bringing you coverage from various games across the mid-state. We'll have pregame, halftime, and postgame videos, and we'll have scoring updates throughout the night. Like I said, send us your pictures of your players, your cheerleaders, your fans, and your bands. Give us your Friday night experience, and we'll try to send you ours as well. Biggest game in the area this weekend, I think, Chip, is that Ravenwood Overton game over at Overton. Both those teams going in there undefeated. Ravenwood coming off a big win last week against Independence in 11 AAA, and Overton's been rolling all year.
Yeah, we were talking the other day. Ravenwood's probably one of the biggest surprises in the mid-state this year, and who would have ever thought they'd be 4-0? And first-year coach Will Hester, he's done a really great job, and to get that. Independence was ranked, and they knocked them off last week, and now they get another tough test with undefeated Overton with Justin Martin. He's such a tough back to bring down.
Absolutely, he's a tough back to catch too, and Overton's ranked this week as well in the Class 6A Associated Press top 10. So should be a heck of a matchup. Overton beat another team out of 11 AAA, Centennial, a few weeks ago. So I think this will be a good measuring stick for both those teams to see where Ravenwood is coming off of that big win. Can they get themselves refocused and to see if Overton can keep it rolling. Another interesting matchup, Eastern Christian of Maryland. It's a second-year program up in Elkton, Maryland. They're coached by former Tennessee State assistant Dwayne Thomas. They come into town to play Maplewood. Eastern Christian's got a couple of interesting players. David Sills, the quarterback who committed as a seventh grader to Southern Cal, is now a junior on that team. And then Nico Creamer, UT fans will recognize that name for two reasons. One, his father is former UT defensive back Andre Creamer, and two, Andre also coached at TSU, by the way. And two, Nico has committed to UT, and he'll sign in February with the Vols. So might be some UT interest in this ball game.
Yeah, and I actually saw the quarterback a few years ago. I went out to NBA, and it was I believe it was a middle school game, and I just was so curious, a seventh grader committing to USC, and believe it or not, I think NBA won that game pretty handily. But I believe he was with a different school at that point, and this is a brand new school. I think I read where they have 14 kids who have major college offers, so really going to be a really strong test for Maplewood.
Absolutely, and Maplewood. Coming off of a win over Whites Creek last week, but they had lost twice to Lipscomb and CPA prior to that. So they'll kind of be looking to get themselves up and going as they head into 10AA play. Another game, speaking of 10AA, Pearl Cone goes up to Station Camp this weekend. Pearl Cone lost a couple of weeks ago to MBA and bounced back with a win against Lipscomb, so they are 4-1 going into Station Camp, which is ranked. Both those teams are ranked in the AP polls. Pearl Cone is ranked in the 4A poll, and Station Camp is in the 6A top 10, and should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, it should. And Station Camp, Shaun Hollinsworth is our coach of the week, and I talked to him a few days ago, and here's what he had to say about how much potential the Bison have this year.
Most potential is the work that they're willing to put in. I tell our kids all the time, talent doesn't equal wins. Hard work is the only thing that's going to equal wins. So, it's as much as our kids want, how far they want to take, it's going to depend on how hard they want to work.
Really like that Station Camp team. They got a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball with Josh Malone at receiver and Trey Malone as one of the backs, and Kyle Anderton doing a good job for him at quarterback. I think there will be some points scored in this one. Keyshawn Vaughn's going to be a guy to watch for Pearl Cone as always, and should be a good one. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I'm amazed that NBA shut out Pearl-Cohn, because I saw them. Pearl-Cohn last week beat Lipscomb Academy, and Eric Knight and Keyshawn Vaughn are so quick. I mean, there were several plays where I thought they were tackled. It seemed like there were a couple guys could get them, and all of a sudden they just hit another gear and just zoom into the end zone. So both of those backs are just really, really good. It's going to be a tough job for Station Camp defense.
And Pearl-Cohn, I think, is an intriguing team in that they were a little down last year, but I think they kind of took some lumps with some youth building toward this year, and I think that's kind of paying off for them this time around in this 4-1 start that they've gotten off to. Another game to watch, we talked about Lipscomb there a second ago. They've got Goodpasture coming in this weekend, and both those teams under first-year coaches. We've talked about Scott Tillman and the job he's done over at Lipscomb. Leslie Moat took over at Goodpasture, and they are 2-3 coming into this one. They lost to Trousdale last week in a big district game, so be interesting to see how they bounce back from that. And Lipscomb also coming off a loss, as we said, to Pearl-Cohn last week.
Yeah, they both could take a page out of the Pearl-Cohn script, because Pearl-Cohn got demolished by NBA, but then they come back and have a one-sided win over Lipscomb. So a lot can change in a week. So both these teams looking to rebound.
Exactly. Look for it to be a run game type game with Carter Wiseman for Goodpasture up close to 800 rushing yards. DeAndre Tigg for Lipscomb 800 plus already. So they're both going to look to pound the ball in that one. Independence we talked about a little bit ago. They go to Blackman Friday night. Big matchup, big non-district matchup. Blackman's undefeated. Independence has lost 2 straight after opening 3-0, and so they'll be looking to get themselves righted in that one.
Yeah, unfortunately for Independence, they've had 9 turnovers in the last 2 games, both of them losses. So that's probably the biggest key for them. They gotta eliminate those turnovers, especially. My gosh, you turn the ball over against a team like Blackman, which is already a huge challenge in itself. It's going to be doomsday. So they have to eliminate those turnovers. And gosh, Blackman is really good. All those Rutherford County's teams are always so good.
Yeah, Caleb Hollis in particular, the quarterback for Independence, has been picked off 6 times in those last 2 games. So they need to really get the passing game geared up, because, like you said, if you turn it over to Blackman, you may not get it back for a while. The way they just pound the rock. Big power running game behind that offensive line, and Cole Notgrass and the quarterback Juwan Jennings, and then Charlie Davidson steps in there at tailback some as well and gives them some good production. So if Independence can cut down on the turnovers, it should be an intriguing matchup. If they continue to turn it over like they have, could be a long night for the Eagles over at Blackman. Again, be sure and let us know what you're seeing at whatever game that you're at. Hashtag TN Game Time on your Twitter or on your Instagram accounts. Check us out on your mobile devices at Tennessean.com/gametime. We'll have updates throughout the night. We'll have pregame, halftime, and postgame videos. And thanks for joining us here on Game Time. I'm Maurice Patton. This is Chip Cirillo. See you next week.